Welcome to Aging Gracefully with Julie, a podcast created to encourage, support, and walk alongside caregivers, seniors, and families navigating the aging journey through Christian encouragement and practical advice. Whether you're a caring parent, supporting a loved one, or simply looking for wisdom and encouragement as you age gracefully, this space is for you. Our hope is that you leave feeling informed, encouraged, and reminded that you are not walking this journey alone. Today, we're talking about decluttering. Now, here's Julie.
Hello, and welcome to Aging Gracefully with Julie, the podcast dedicated to navigating the beautiful chapters of our lives with intention and peace. I'm Julie, and today we're going to talk about something that touches many of us as we get older, our homes and the lifetime of things within them. We're exploring the gentle art of decluttering as we age. Now, I know that word, declutter, can sound like a chore or even a loss. It can bring up feelings of being overwhelmed. But I invite you to think about it differently with me today. Let's reframe it. Let's look at it as not getting rid of, but as making space. Making space for calm, for safety, for ease, and for the life you want to live right now. Over the decades, our homes become museums of our lives. Every object tells a story. A souvenir from a trip long ago, a gift from a cherished friend, the teacups we inherited from our mother. All these things are not just things. They are woven into the fabric of our memories. And that's why letting go can be so difficult. But as we move into a new season of life, curating our space can be one of the most profound acts of self-care we can undertake. So, let's begin by exploring the why. Why is this process so rewarding, especially now? First, let's talk about our well-being. A cluttered environment can often lead to a cluttered mind. It creates a low-grade, constant visual noise that can contribute to stress and anxiety. Think of it like a calm lake versus a choppy sea. When our surroundings are calm and orderly, our minds have a better chance of feeling that same calm. Your home should be your sanctuary, a place of rest and rejuvenation, not a source of anxiety or a constant nagging reminder of a to-do list that never ends. Creating physical space can create mental and emotional space as well. Beyond just peace of mind, there's a fascinating connection between our external environment and our internal cognitive functions. When we simplify our surroundings, we reduce the amount of information our brain has to process. This can sharpen our focus and improve our ability to make decisions. It's an act of empowerment. In a world where many things can feel beyond our control, choosing what to keep in our homes gives us a tangible sense of agency and accomplishment. It's a declaration that this space is yours and you are in charge of how it feels and functions. Let's also consider the social aspect. Our homes are meant for connection. When we feel overwhelmed by our belongings, we might be hesitant to invite people over. Clearing space isn't just about making room for things, it's about making room for people. Imagine the joy of easily hosting a small tea party with friends or having your grandchildren over to play without worrying about them navigating a cluttered room. A welcoming, open space encourages community and connection, which enriches our lives in profound ways. On a purely practical level, a simplified home is a safer home. As we age, mobility can change. Clear pathways, free from stacks of books or boxes, significantly reduces the risk of trips and falls. It becomes easier to navigate your own space with confidence. And let's not forget about cleaning and maintenance. It is simply less work. Fewer objects to dust, fewer things to move to vacuum, less time spent organizing and reorganizing. This frees up your precious time and energy for the things you truly love, whether it's a hobby, spending time with family, or simply relaxing with a good book. And then there is the beautiful, forward-thinking aspect of this process. Decluttering is a profound gift to our loved ones. Many of us have known someone who has had to face the monumental task of clearing out a parent's home after they've passed. It's an emotionally and physically draining process done in a time of grief. By making these decisions ourselves, we are the curators of our own story. We decide what is important. It's an act of love and consideration, reliving our children of that future burden. It also gives us the chance to pass on treasured items with intention. Instead of leaving a mystery box in the attic, you can personally give your granddaughter that special necklace and tell her the story behind it. This transforms an object from a potential burden into a cherished heirloom passed on with love and meaning. So the benefits are clear: peace of mind, a safer home, and a gift to our families. But the big question remains, where on earth do I start? The thought of tackling an entire house can be paralyzing, and that's why our first and most important rule is to start small, incredibly small. I don't want you to think about cleaning out the garage. I want you to think about one drawer, the junk drawer in the kitchen, or one shelf of a bookcase, or even just the pile of old magazines next to your favorite chair. The goal is not to finish, but simply to begin. Here's a technique I love, the 15-minute miracle. Set a timer for just 15 minutes. Anyone can do something for 15 minutes. Focus on that one small area, and when the timer goes off, you stop. You can be proud of what you've accomplished, so no matter how small it is, this builds momentum and confidence, proving to yourself that you can do this. Another simple but powerful rule is the one in, one out philosophy. Once you've created some space, this helps maintain it. Every time a new item comes into your home, whether it's a piece of clothing or a new book, an old one must go out. This creates a conscious check-in, preventing the slow creep of clutter from returning. It's not about deprivation, but about balance and mindful consumption. And remember, you do not have to do this alone. In fact, this process can be a wonderful opportunity for connection. Invite a trusted friend or family member to help. They can offer objective perspective, physical assistance with moving boxes, and most importantly, companionship. Sharing stories as you uncover items can turn a daunting task into a beautiful trip down memory lane. If that's not an option, there are professional organizers who specialize in helping seniors with this very process, and they bring compassion and expertise to the task. Our second rule is to be kind to yourself. This process will stir up emotions. You will unearth memories, both happy and sad. Allow yourself to feel them. If you feel tired, rest. If you feel sentimental, take a moment to honor that memory. There is no deadline here. This is your journey on your timeline. Now, for a practical tool. As you approach your small chosen area, get 4 boxes or bags. Label them as such: keep, donate, trash, and the last one is important. Label that one as ponder. During this process, you will inevitably run into some common mental roadblocks. The first is the just-in-case item, that vase that you haven't used in 10 years, but you might just need it in case someone brings you flowers. The crafting supplies for a hobby you haven't touched in a decade. Acknowledge this thought and then gently challenge it. Could you borrow a similar item if you really needed it? Is it more valuable to have the clear space for your daily life? Often, the freedom from sorting things in the just-in-case bag outweighs the remote possibility of needing it. The second common roadblock is guilt. Guilt about getting rid of a gift someone gave you, or guilt about the money you spent on an item you never used. For gifts, remember that the gift was given to bring you joy at the moment it was exchanged. That purpose has been fulfilled. The giver would not want you to feel burdened by their gift. As for items you bought, consider the money already spent. Keeping it out of guilt won't bring the money back. Letting it go to someone who will actually use it gives the item a new life and frees you from the negative emotion tied to it. Keep is for items you truly love, you use regularly, or absolutely need. Donate is for things in good condition that could bring joy or utility to someone else. Think of it as rehoming your items. Trash is for anything broken, expired, or unusable. Be decisive with these. But the ponder box is your secret weapon against getting stuck. It's for the items you just can't decide on in the moment. Place them in the box, seal it, and write a date on it. And maybe a month from now, you store it away and you revisit the box. And you'll have a lot more clarity as to what you want to do with the things in the box. This single tool can prevent decision fatigue and keep you moving forward. Now, let's talk about the heart of the matter for so many of us, the sentimental items. The box of your children's drawings, your grandmother's china, the letters you exchanged with your spouse. All of these things can stop us in our tracks. The first thing to remember is this: the memory is not in the item. The memory is in you. The love, the joy, the moment in time that lives inside your heart and mind. The object is just a trigger for the memory. And we can find ways to honor the memory without having to store the entire physical archive of our lives. One powerful strategy is to keep one representative item from a collection. Do you have a full set of 12 teacups, but only ever use 2? Perhaps you can keep your favorite one, display it beautifully, and let the rest go to a family who will use them and love them. You're not losing the memory of your grandmother. In fact, you're honoring it in a focused, beautiful way. Another wonderful tool is the camera on your phone. Take a photograph of the item. You can create a digital album of these memories. This allows you to recall the object and the feelings associated with it without needing the physical space to store it. This works wonders for things like children's artwork or bulky collections. For the most precious, can't part with items, create a single memory box. A beautiful, designated container for the absolute treasures, such as the first letter, the baby's shoe, the concert ticket. By curating it, you give these items a place of honor rather than having them scattered and lost among lesser things. The concept of curating your treasures can become a beautiful legacy project. Imagine creating a legacy scrapbook or photo album. For each item you photograph, write down the story behind it. Who gave it to you? Where were you? What does it mean to you? This transforms the memory from a personal feeling into a story that can be passed down through generations. Your children and grandchildren won't just inherit a photo of a locket. They'll inherit the story of how their great-grandfather gave it to their great-grandmother on their wedding day. Another approach is to share the wealth of memories. Instead of storing away all of your mother's china, invite your family over for a special dinner and use it. Tell stories about the meals you shared around those plates. Then offer a piece to each person who wants one. The objects become conduits for connection passed on in a moment of shared joy rather than a task to be sorted through later. This active gifting is a powerful way to honor your past while enriching your present. All right, now that we have our mindset and our tools, let's walk through some specific, often challenging areas of the home with a few practical strategies. Let's start with the closet. This can be a source of guilt for many of us, with clothes that no longer fit or suit our current lifestyle. A great trick is the reverse hanger method. Turn all the hangers in your closet to face one way. After you wear an item, return its hanger facing the opposite way. In 6 months or a year, you will have a clear visual of what you actually wear and what is just taking up space. Ask yourself, is it comfortable? Does it make me feel good? If not, give yourself the permission to let it go. Someone else will be thrilled to find it at a charity shop. Next, The kitchen. This area accumulates gadgets and duplicates. Start with one category, like coffee mugs or cooking utensils. How many do you truly need and use? Group like items together so you can see that you own 4 ladles or 3 can openers. It makes it easier to choose the best one and donate the rest. And don't forget to check expiration dates in your pantry and spice rack. The paper piles, the mail, the old bills, the newspapers, and the receipts. Paper can feel like a relentless tide. Designate one spot in your home for incoming mail. Deal with it immediately. And then recycle it and file what's important. For the backlog, set your 15-minute timer and tackle one small pile. You'd be surprised how much you can shred and recycle. The freedom of clearing paper clutter is immense. And finally, books. For many of us, letting go of books feels wrong. But books are meant to be read. If a book on your shelf will likely never be read by you again, its story is dormant. By donating it to a library, a school, or a local senior center, you're giving its story a new life. Keep your absolute favorites, the ones that shaped you, or that you will read again, and let the others go on to new adventures. Let's not forget the medicine cabinet. This is a crucial area for safety. Go through all medications, vitamins, and ointments. Safely dispose of anything that is expired, ensuring that everything is clearly labeled and easy to access. A simple, organized medicine cabinet can prevent dangerous mix-ups and give you and your family peace of mind. And what about the garage, the basement, or the attic? These areas can feel like the final frontier of clutter. Apply the same principles here. Start with one corner, one shelf. These areas often hold items from decades past. Be prepared for an emotional journey, but also be prepared for the immense feeling of accomplishment when you reclaim that space. Imagine turning a cluttered corner of the garage into a small potting station, or clearing a space in the basement for a simple home gym. In our modern world, clutter isn't just physical. Digital clutter can also be just as overwhelming. The thousands of photos on your phone or computer, the cluttered desktop, the inbox with hundreds of unread emails. Apply the same 15-minute timer here. Spend 15 minutes organizing your digital photos into folders. Create a folder for your top 100 favorites. Unsubscribe from mailing lists you no longer read. And clear digital space contributes to a clear mind just as much as a tidy room. Now, once you've done the hard work of creating this beautiful, intentional space, how do you maintain it? The goal is not a one-time purge, but a new way of living. We already discussed the one in, one out rule. But let's add a few more habits. Create a home for everything, your keys, your glasses, and the mail. When everything has a designated spot, it's much easier to put things away, preventing piles from forming. Incorporate a nightly reset. Before you go to bed, take just 5 minutes to tidy up the main living area. Put the newspaper in the recycling, place the cup in the dishwasher, and fold the blanket. This small ritual prevents the small messes of the day from becoming the large messes of the week. It ensures you wake up to a calm, welcoming space each morning. And finally, be a gatekeeper for your home. Before you accept a handout from a well-meaning friend or before you make an impulse purchase, ask yourself, do I have a place for this? Do I truly need it? Will it support the peaceful life I am creating? This mindfulness at that point of entry is the most powerful tool for maintaining your graceful living space for the long term. For some of us, this process of decluttering is part of a larger journey, downsizing into a smaller home, a condo, or even a retirement community. This can be one of the most emotional and liberating experiences of our later years. Leaving a home filled with decades of memories is a profound change, and it deserves to be approached with care and patience. If you are in this path, the first step is to get the floor plan of your new space. Measure your key pieces of furniture to see what will realistically fit. This shifts the process from an abstract getting rid of things to a practical curating for my new life. You aren't losing a home, you are designing a new one perfectly suited to your needs today. Downsizing forces you to confront the question, what is truly essential for my happiness and comfort? It's not about recreating your old home in a smaller space. It's about choosing the best of the best. The most comfortable armchair, the most beloved pieces of art, the kitchen tools you use every single day. This is the ultimate act of focusing on quality over quantity. Allow yourself to grieve the home you're leaving. It's okay to be sad. It's the end of a chapter. You can honor that by taking photos, writing down memories associated with each room, or hosting one last gathering for family and friends. But also, allow yourself to get excited about the future. A smaller home means less maintenance, more freedom, and often new opportunities for community and connection. It's not a step down. It's a step into a life of greater ease and focus. As we come to a close, let's revisit what this journey is all about. It's not about deprivation or minimalism. It's about intention. It's about surrounding yourself only with the things that support the life you want to live today. Remember our gentle rules. Start small, just 15 minutes at a time. Be kind to yourself and allow for the emotions that come up. And focus on the why, which is the peace, the safety, and the lightness you are creating. Take a moment and imagine waking up in a space that feels calm, open, and supportive. Imagine knowing where your important things are. Imagine feeling a sense of pride in your curated, comfortable sanctuary. This isn't a fantasy. It is the gentle result of the small, consistent steps we've talked about today. Thank you for joining me on Aging Gracefully with Julie. May your week be filled with peace, and may you find joy in the space you create.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Aging Gracefully with Julie. We pray today's conversation brought you encouragement, wisdom, and a little more peace for that journey. Before you go, be sure to follow the show so you never miss an episode. You can find Aging Gracefully with Julie on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever most podcasts can be found. If this episode encouraged you, please share this with someone caring for a parent or send this to a caregiver who may need encouragement today. You never know who may need to hear these words right now. We'd love to hear from you. Comment your prayer request and let us know how we can be praying for you and your family. And if this show has been a blessing, please take a moment to leave a review. It helps others discover encouragement, support, and hope for the caregiving journey. For more information about Julie Cruz and Aging Gracefully with Julie, visit aginggracefullyWithJulieLLC.com. And if you have questions for Julie or topic suggestions for a future episode, you can email her at aginggracefullyWithJulie@outlook.com. Next time on Aging Gracefully with Julie, we'll be talking about downsizing with grace. Until then, remember, you are not walking this caregiving journey alone. God sees your love, your sacrifice, and your heart. Take care, stay encouraged, and keep aging gracefully.